Hey there! Welcome back to HSE Study. Today we're tackling a serious but often overlooked issue in industrial hygiene, the hidden dangers of dust in the workplace. Dust, it seems harmless, right? Just tiny particles floating in the air. But in the world of industrial hygiene, dust is far from innocent. In fact, it's often referred to as the silent killer, because its effects are slow, invisible, and incredibly dangerous. Whether you're working in construction, mining, agriculture, woodwork, manufacturing, or even food production, dust is everywhere. You might not always see it, but it's in the air you breathe, the surfaces you touch, and sometimes even in the equipment you use. So let's break down why dust is such a big deal and what we can do to stay safe. The silent killer, dust in the workplace. Dust isn't just a cleanliness issue, it's a serious health hazard. Industrial hygiene is all about identifying and controlling these hazards before they can harm workers. And dust is one of the most common, yet most underestimated threats on the job site. Why is dust so dangerous? Because it's invisible and persistent. You might go days, weeks, or even months without realizing the damage it's doing to your lungs, your skin, and your long-term health. And once the damage is done, it's hard, sometimes impossible to reverse. Types of dust and their impact. Let's talk about the different kinds of dust. Not all dust is created equal. Some types are just irritating, others are deadly. Silica dust, for example, comes from materials like concrete, stone, and brick. It's common on construction sites and can cause silicosis, a serious, irreversible lung disease. Wood dust is another big one, especially in carpentry and furniture production. Long-term exposure can lead to respiratory issues and even nasal cancer. Asbestos dust, though banned in many countries, still exists in older buildings. Inhaling these fibers can lead to asbestosis, lung cancer, and mesothelioma. Grain dust in agricultural and food processing settings can cause breathing problems, allergies, and sometimes occupational asthma. Even metal dust, like from welding or grinding, can cause heavy metal poisoning or damage to the nervous system. According to the World Health Organization, exposure to hazardous dust is responsible for hundreds of thousands of premature deaths every year. That's not a small issue. It's a global health crisis hiding in plain sight. Understanding the risks. So, how exactly does dust harm the body? When we breathe in fine dust particles, especially those smaller than 10 microns, they can bypass our nose and throat and go straight into our lungs. From there, they may cause inflammation, scarring, or even enter the bloodstream. Some particles can irritate the skin or eyes, causing rashes or infections. Others may be carcinogenic, slowly leading to cancer over years of exposure. That's why respiratory protection is so important. But not all masks are created equal. A simple surgical mask might block large particles, but it won't protect you from fine respirable dust. N95 respirators are a step up, filtering at least 95% of airborne particles. Half mask and full face respirators with P100 filters offer even greater protection, especially in high-risk environments. Regular medical checkups are also crucial, especially if you work in a dusty industry. Chest x-rays, lung function tests, and exposure monitoring can catch issues early, before they become life-threatening. Preventing dust exposure. The best defense against dust? Don't let it build up in the first place. Start with engineering controls. Install proper ventilation systems, dust collectors, and enclosures around high dust processes. If you can't eliminate the dust, control where it goes. Next, use administrative controls. Things like rotating workers to limit exposure time, using wet methods to reduce airborne particles, or scheduling high dust activities when fewer people are around. And of course, personal protective equipment matters. Dust masks, goggles, gloves, they're your last line of defense when engineering and administrative controls can't fully eliminate the risk. Also, encourage good housekeeping. Regular cleaning, proper disposal of dust waste, and avoiding dry sweeping can make a huge difference. Even something as simple as using a vacuum with a HEPA filter instead of compressed air to clean surfaces can drastically reduce dust spread. Protecting our workforce. At the end of the day, protecting workers from dust isn't just about compliance. It's about human lives. Employers have a legal and moral responsibility to provide a safe workplace. That means assessing dust hazards, training employees, and maintaining control systems. And workers, you play a huge role too. Stay informed. Use the PPE provided. Report unsafe conditions. Your voice matters. So, here's the call to action. Don't ignore dust. Treat it like the threat it is. Whether you're an employer, a safety officer, or someone on the shop floor, take steps today to control dust exposure and protect your future. If you found this video helpful, hit like, subscribe to HSE Study, and share it with your team. And if you want to learn more about workplace safety and health, visit us at hsestudy.in. Thanks for watching, stay safe, stay smart, and I'll see you in the next video.